What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of BurlyFishing. Today, we got a fun one for you. We're actually going to be sharing everything on the bait wall. Not everything, there's too many things. Most of the things on the bait wall, some notable items from the bait wall, and clarifying, because a lot of people ask me this, whether it's on IG, Facebook, or YouTube, are these all baits that you do not like? This is the wall of shame?
Yeah, it's become infamous.
It has. At any rate, we're going to talk about some of these baits. There's some cool ones, there's some old ones, there's some bad ones, definitely. They're all in the mix.
Straight to bad.
So we're just going to shake it up. We'll go, just kind of bait for bait, kind of like it's a giant peg wall unboxing. And by the way, I get this question a lot too. Where did this peg wall come from? I'll tell you here in a second. Before we get to the wall, if you guys like content like this, bait reviews, unboxing videos, gear reviews, and fishing, you might want to stick around. So consider subscribing to the channel. Smash a like, ring the notification bell, and then come hang out with us every single Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for a live podcast on YouTube. Love to see you there and talk to you in chat. It's a lot of fun. All right, so let's start with the pegboard thing. First of all, it's not special. You can get it at Lowe's, Home Depot, literally any
Hardware store.
Like any hardware store. So each of these metal tiles are 2 foot by 2 foot, and it's all just metal pegboard. You can get it. You wall anchor it to your wall, you piece them together. You can make it as big or as small as you want. I have a tiny office, so we have 4 tiles. Therefore, this is what we're doing.
It's full though. I feel like it's about time for an expansion.
I mean, we can expand it. We're gonna do a big office build out where these rod racks right here are gonna go away, and they're gonna move to this side of the office and be set up in a very beautiful wood situation.
Well, I was thinking very usable, inexpensive situation.
Usable or good? It's kind of like durability and action for plastics. You're like, I want durable, but I also want it to look decent. No, we're gonna make a really cool little setup here to hang the rods, extra tackle or tackle bags, all that stuff. So that's gonna happen, and then we might expand this wall. I mean, why not? It could definitely use 6, 7, 8 more tiles. There's
whatever gets us to 5x.
Well, I mean, it's as many boxes and tackle reviews as we do and unbox on the channel, there's just a plethora of baits. There's actually,
I was about to say, that whole wall.
This entire wall section over here essentially is extra baits that didn't fit onto the wall. There you go. Okay, so let's run through. There's a couple notable things I want to point out on the wall first, and then I'm gonna have Paul maybe point to some that he thinks are interesting or
super great,
or he's concerned as to why they're on the wall or whatever. So just so you guys know, this top row is actually just straight out of my grandpa's tackle box. So think the classic flip open Plano. He gave me one when I was 13 that was just packed with lures, and he basically is he wasn't fishing at that point in his life, unfortunately, but he just packed it full of baits. It was super cool baits that I don't want to fish with. I've actually almost lost specifically this 5 of diamonds right here, because when I first got into fishing, I was my grandpa used to fish with these all the time, so I'll just tie it onto my 6'6" ugly stick with 12-pound test fluoro, and I was like, let's go.
How many times have we seen Jeff at the beginning?
You were on that trip. Yes.
It's gone.
Just so you guys know, I've been losing baits forever. It's basically my life. It's what I do. We were on that trip together. That was when I caught my first pike as well. And I scooped it with a net. Luckily, it was Clearwater Lake, not a lot of silt on the bottom, so it just hit the bottom of the lake, and I scooped it with a net. So cool little story on that 5 of diamonds. But all of these spoons, if you can't tell, these spoons have seen stuff. This is what you want to see on a spoon, and just keep it coming. So these are Cabela's and Daredevils alike, and they have caught a ton of toothy critters.
Daredevil by Eppinger, Michigan.
That's fantastic. So you got the little 2-hook treble there. So these 2 right here are saltwater lures. So for my real day job, I work with some clients. They own gyms, and they're super great people. And as a thank you from one of them, he actually sent me a pair of these, 1 in silver, 1 in gold. And I think it's because, I don't know why he sent me saltwater lures. It's because he didn't know anything about fishing. He was like, fishing lure, Google, boom.
It's not like it won't work.
No, of course it'll work.
It'll get
it. It's a spoon. And it's got this cool little tied single shank hook down at the bottom, which I think looks really cool. So obviously I was appreciative, and I didn't really want to use it because
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do with it. So
Looks
I
good on the wall.
hung it up on the wall, you know?
Dude, this is one of my
Add some
favorite.
flair.
This is one of my favorites. See, 4 pike. I don't know if it's 4 pike. It's called a creek chub. It's labeled creek chub. It says 4 pike. Could be mimicking a pike.
It's
But
pretty sweet though.
My favorite part about this homeboy, other than the fact that he looks murderous, I think it's mimicking a pike. Looks murderous. Look at the straight up glitter.
Just like you went.
Just someone,
pow.
someone came through and salt made the glitter right on there.
You know what that creek chub needs? A little bit of
Tell
glitter.
me that's not deadly. Like, if I were going to be known for making a lure, that's what I would want it to be.
I mean, it's caught some fish. And what's really cool about this too is what material is this?
I don't know if
It's not wood.
No, it's not.
It's made out of bone.
No, the front is.
Ha
This is a femur.
This is a human femur.
But no,
Grandpa was into some weird stuff.
I would definitely want to be known for making the femur creek chub that I would probably, if I were going to name this, like if I were on the naming department, which would be the coolest department of
femur
lures to work
creek
in,
chub.
I think you have to go with Glitter Bay.
So we were talking about this one a minute ago. So this is like just a, I probably shouldn't even be touching
This is
it.
called the swimming death.
So it seems to have some sort of moldy growth to it at this point, unfortunately. But this is like a sinking. It's got like a little metal lip. This is how they used to do like their diving lips on these, right? In metal. And look at the line tie too. All metal. Neat.
We should also point out that all of these hooks are so
The
rusted.
front treble doesn't move like at all. Just kind of swings side to side.
It moves just enough
Just
to give
enough.
you, what do you get, tetanus? This
Here's
is
another old like
the
that'd be a wood one.
OG floating Rapala. Jointed
Way back.
Jointed in the way back.
That's cool.
These things are sweet, and you gotta have this is one of my actually favorite colors of all time for Rapalas. All of them. They still make that color.
This blue chrome. Is it
Oh
blue
yeah,
chrome?
dude. Yes, the OG.
Bam.
I love that thing.
Yeah. So tons of cool. Let me just. Can I?
Yeah.
how
Can you
I
just drop
stab
that
you?
right into me?
Lots of cool classic lures. This
Panther
one.
Martin.
This one is actually a really old Panther Martin. If you guys watched a video I put out last summer where I went to a thrift store, picked up one of those Plano tackle boxes. It was filled to the brim with baits. Found this one in there, so I thought that was really cool. And again, not one that I really want to fish with. It's kind of old, beat up, so it lives on the wall. Not all bad baits. Some cool. The top row for me is just like straight classics.
Reminiscent.
2 random like steelhead salmon lures. Row 2 is the
Smorgasbord.
for sure. Because again, not all bad baits. So first of all, here to here, these are also Grandpa lures, and they're actually all numbered. So I'm gonna take the matte Fire Tiger here because it's one of my favorites. Check this out. So we got like some nice. I think they're all floating jerk baits. They might be suspending. Not exactly sure, but Grandpa numbered them. So he knew what he was doing, and like they were probably all in those like vertical storage bins, so he could see the lip, the number. He'd be like, "Give me a number 2, please," and grab it, and then he would just like slam some pikeys. Love that. You can stay for now.
There is rhyme or reason. They all do look similar, except that they do totally different things.
This one's super cool. This is another one of the Grandpa lures, the numbered ones. So what's this one? 22. Look at that blue chrome. This is kind of like that Yozuri crystal minnow.
Yeah.
You know, like, but this is obviously older, so.
Is that a storm?
It might be. I mean, it could definitely be. I have no idea, but it's got that like, kind of like.
On the inside.
It's like a strip of.
Like a strip of like plastic?
Plastic or foil. It's almost like foil.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, that's what the
So
Yozuris
like
do.
the outer is just clear translucent plastic. There's actually like this blue tinge on top, and then it looks like we got a strip of like almost silver material, maybe a foil or something in there. But obviously when you get bit a whole bunch, it doesn't damage the paint job because it's not paint. Right? So that is cool.
I grabbed this one on purpose. Was this yours?
That came out of an MTB, I'm pretty sure.
So it did come out of an MTB because that's why I have one.
You have one too?
And actually, so
there's a lot of MTB and mystery boxes
this is the
on here.
like Invader is what it says on it. I don't know who makes this, but
it's
this
a balsa, right?
Yeah, but I'll never forget this paint job. This is a good. This is actually a really good trolling lure.
It's pretty sweet.
Caught a muskie off my kayak.
Oh, this was the musky one?
This was. It's a little bit bigger version,
Yeah.
but it's the same paint job, same type of bait. But as I was looking at it, I'm like, was this broken? Because if you look really close, you can see that there's some glue. I don't know if that was.
I didn't fix it.
I don't know if that's production or not, but it's also cracked. The things you find on the wall.
Oh, this lip is trash.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so there's some bubbling. The lip is cracked. I actually have not fished this literally at all.
Yeah, but you don't troll that much. It's
No.
a good. I can confirm catches fish. I think mine has a
same with
red.
this guy.
I think mine has a red bill though.
And here's basically a white chartreuse version of that with the metal bill.
Same style.
So another grandpa lure. Fantastic. This is not surprisingly one of Paul's favorite lures on my wall. It's a flicker minnow.
I actually came in here and I was
Of
like,
all the
dude,
baits,
who makes that? I want one.
Of
And I was
all
like,
the
I
baits.
have 2 of those already.
So we've actually got 3 random topwaters. There's a big waking bait.
Dude, this homeboy is an actual fish, a whole fish.
The pencil popper.
This thing is gigantic. Is this Rapala? Yeah, it is.
Can't wait to step on all these.
Actually,
hooks.
can I just keep this?
No.
I wanna stomp a tarpon with one of these. This thing's huge.
We'll try these out on the water. So we got, this is the little stick it's called. Very tiny little stick.
This is solid.
So a little pencil walking bait. We got the classic Ragnar from Monster Bass, the original
OG
crack design.
OG.
Can you hold this like 17
Yeah,
ounce for me?
Oh my god.
You didn't believe how heavy it was?
This is the mag?
I can't even throw it on
Is
my...
this the mag?
Yes. It's like a 25-foot diver.
I think this is just meant only to catch submarines. Holy cow. I don't even have to get that close. I can be way back here. Are you kidding me?
Let's go like this. There's that to my hand.
That's a joke.
Boom. So, to me, huge. This is... T'Chaz.
Medium diver.
Producer of the podcast, BurlyFishing Podcast. Go like and subscribe.
Spelled CH.
Medium diver.
Spelled CH_OZ.
Hang on. Wait. For the earthquake.
It's actually...
Whoa!
It's a pretty small chamber, though.
Yeah,
It's not a big chamber.
It's insane. So this is a 6 cents. Came in a bag, a sack, if you will.
By itself.
Once, a long time ago. I remember, there's a video of it, but like, I remember unboxing this and just going like, pulling it out of the sack like.
Well, you were wondering why they sent you 2 sacks. One just for this and then another one for the rest of the
That came
baits.
via freight. It was on a pallet. They're like, let me unbox this for you.
Along with what, like Spam and tomatoes?
Yeah. This one, I love the story behind this one.
I was going to say, yeah.
So, here's another. This one has
not a small chamber.
Literally a Bud Light in it. So this is the giant, I think it's called a Recon. It's the Evergreen Recon CP16. It's a 16-foot diver. Solid finish, orange and black. And this came in an MTB box.
Yeah.
It was when we
went head to head.
MTB versus Monster Bass Challenge on a lake that we hit. And we came out, we actually tied that day.
Yeah.
But this almost put Paul ahead of me.
Big fish.
Because he was like, I'll take that. That's fine. I'll fish that.
It was big fish.
And the whole time I was like,
so it's a 16.
No thanks, not throwing this.
I think this is a 16-foot diver, if memory serves. And
also, I just said that is 16-foot.
Oh yeah, and it says it right on there. So if I could,
if mememory serves,
if I recall from
so proud of my great memory.
17 seconds ago, and I remember like I was like I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna fish
Gonna
this.
catch a fish on this.
And then big fish of the day. And I actually
awesome.
I think I still have the clip of me going.
It was all right. So if you guys
gloating,
if you watched the best of 2020 clips, it's in
that's
that.
right, it's on there.
It's like Jeff's gonna be so mad. Hey Jeff, where are you? We actually all right. So these are actually from a subscriber.
Mm-hmm. They're sweet.
There's 3 of them.
I'll get this one.
I don't fish them because they're too purty, but they're all in purple.
But these are
Check that
DTs?
out. Yeah, these are basically Rapala DTs. I don't know if it's like the 12, 16 something. But yeah, just custom paint on all of them. I think he did a great job. Love that. Love that, love that.
They're silly. That's freaking sweet.
So good.
not
Tony,
bad.
subscriber Tony, thank you, brother, again. I still have your baits. I don't fish them because they're super pretty.
Yeah, but they
and I
get
don't want
play
to.
on every video because they're on the wall.
They do. They're always on the wall.
So is that the
Mythos.
flat-sided?
No, I mean, it's just like a skinny crank. So, you guys remember this one? This one, wait, there you go. That'll help jog your memory. This was the 5-pounder lure. So, I don't really catch 5-pounders up here in Michigan. It just don't happen that much. So, this is a Castaic. It dives like 12 feet, 8 to 12 maybe. It's like a medium diving crankbait. This thing landed me my PB this year. So, although I do not really like the lure itself, I love its story that it brought me.
See, I had I had a very
not-
similar crankbait. It was one of my favorites.
It's not terrible.
It was so durable that the bill broke before anything else broke.
I mean, this bill's seen some teeth.
It saw some days.
You can see like just the scratches on it. That's from one fish. That was from a bass, just a straight monster. And then of course he warped out that hook, which was amazing.
Do you know what or where this is from? This looks like a Christmas ornament.
So this is a Lucky Craft. So that's a Lucky Craft.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So it's
Hashtag dagger.
So this is a Lucky Craft square bill. It's got tons and tons of sparklies. I have it on the wall because I have like 6 of them. I've just gotten so many over the years from MTB that some of them live on the wall. By the way,
both look like Christmas ornaments.
a lot of this is drywall. I drilled.
No, what you're doing is you're blowing white mold right into my lungs.
We mounted this, so there's a lot of drywall dust on all of these lures, by the way. My bad. My B. Here's another one. This is a super shallow diving square bill, and that's another Lucky Craft from MTB, which I have like 4 or 5 of. Here is... Here's like a really odd looking one that I've gotten one time. Do not have multiples of this. It's just not one that I fish that much. So this is the LJ Pilot XDR 65F, obviously.
Top 10.
Hey, scram, guy.
That should have been in behind the scenes right there.
Try to make history here.
Look,
get out.
Toby's got to go take his hip pills.
Yeah. He's got to go make more elixir of life. So he can live another 100 years.
Outlast you.
All right. Anyway, so this one had like a really crazy build to it. So it's got a just really wide wobble. It was very erratic. It weighs about a ton.
It's a metric ton.
Big heavy rattle.
This is one of my least favorite.
Yeah, so we got this in...
this came in a box?
It came in a box.
Oh.
What box was that?
It's the Lunker Hunt.
I want to say Tackle Monkey. And yeah.
I wanted to love these when they came out, and I bought a bunch of them. I think I actually have like 4 or 5. I got black, red, blue, silver.
Yeah.
Like, we got them all. I want them to be great. I'm sure there are people out there that catch on them. I mean, it's flat-sided.
The issue I had with
like
it...
lipless. I mean,
yeah. So, like, I like a lipless that has more of a taper to the body so that it actually vibes when it comes up. This is like an extremely subtle lipless, and it just also comes with complete trash trebles. But, you know... Again, probably some people do like it.
For
so
sure. I've caught a total of 1 smallmouth, and I've thrown every color.
It has hooks on it, so it will catch fish. Not arguing that. We just don't like fishing it very much. How about this guy? Guys remember
top 10s?
Guys remember this bad boy?
What's the bottom 10?
Is that rust in there?
It's what probably happened is it exploded.
I didn't even notice this. Check this out. You guys see that in the belly? It looks like the battery blew up on this thing. So, neat. All you guys that were like...
Hold on. Some of these are bad, though. So, like, I hate those Livingston lures.
So, you guys are like, Livingston lures is legend. I'm like, I'm sure they are, but these chirping... You guys, are you serious about these chirping baits? Like, seriously? Because I have fished this through schools where I can fish any other lure and catch one of those fish. This makes everybody scatter. This is like just get out of here kind of lure. And then
it's like the cops showing up to a college party. Like, brah, time to go.
Scatter! This is an exploded battery in this as well. So, I mean, seriously, stand there and tell me this is the most amazing bait. I'm not saying this brand is trash, but these chirping lures, they just
It's okay to not like stuff.
I don't know if you guys heard of opinions.
Your opinion is incorrect. Please move on. What is this?
Prove me wrong.
This is the link. Who does this? This is Lunker Hunt too?
So this is a Lunker Hunt link. I think you guys know the problem with this one.
Oh, because it catches on itself.
It catches itself 9 casts out of 10.
I don't know what, I just, you know, I think I've said this about Lunker Hunt.
Terrible
like,
idea.
I like some of, like, they do some, what would you say, like revolutionary, like, type things, right? They do, like, unique innovations.
And also budget-friendly lures.
Oh, yeah.
But...
And not every single one works, but, like, they do hit home runs. And they also strike out. Yeah. This, to me, is a strikeout. They've got tons of home runs.
I like a lot of their frogs. I like their finesse plastics lately. Those have been fantastic. But, yeah, this thing was a miss.
That's one of my misses.
This thing was a big miss.
It's okay. Swinging it. These Gary Sheffield.
Swing and a miss. You were pulling this one out the other day. Oh, this is a Kinchow minnow. If you guys are familiar with walleye fishing, like any of these banana-shaped type lures tend to catch them eyes, them wallies. So that was a pretty cool one. Got that back in the day. There is a whopper plopper up on here. I do love a whopper plopper. This is just a color that I don't fish that much, but this guy does. So
Love the bone. I can't help it.
I can't even let you be in this flick.
I know.
It's the color is bone, and Paul's trying not to say that he loves the bone.
But I love that color. It's a great color.
What color is it?
It's bone.
Do you love it?
And I love it.
There you go. Wow, problem solved.
This is a Bagley, red hooks front and back.
There's a couple Bagleys.
This is, dude, this is my jam. This is totally my jam.
There's actually 3 on here in a row.
I got a couple of these actually.
So
this
Bagley
exact
with
color.
the back prop, Bagley with the double prop. Again, just by no means a bad bait at all. I just don't fish them.
Heckin' no.
Heckin'
The rest
no.
is just crankbaits. We got Livingston, we got Excite baits. What else is on here?
I mean, this one's actually seen a ton of action. So this is a Bait Labs crankbait. Came in, look at the lip on that. It's very interesting. So it's got a tighter wobble, but came in a monster bass box and it's seen some teeth. This thing is caught, in one day it probably caught like 8 fish. This is one of the first lures I bought myself after I got back into fishing. So this is a river rocker, and I like, again, the shape of this is pretty great. It's perfect for trolling. And Paul and I, at the onset of this thing, before we were really recording anything, we went on a few bigger trips and we trolled a whole bunch. And that was one of those.
It's a fishy spaceship, and I freaking love it. They're awesome.
It's fantastic. Story behind this one is my daughter found it and brought it to me while we were camping. She was like, "Dad, check it out, I found a lure." And I was so proud of her for picking it up, bringing it to me, and I fished it. I actually had a fish on, lost it on this because it's the hooks are quite toast, quite gone. But classic, straight classic Meps with the little fishy attached to it. I love it.
And just to prove that not everything on here is not everyone's favorite, I don't know what the nicest way of saying crap is. Look at, dude, absolute classic head and torpedo.
Yep. All
Can't
day.
cast it on anything except for the lightest of the light, but this made my all-time fave list. This is the mini.
Yeah.
This is the tiny is what it's called. I think they make
No, that's
3.
the mini. The tiny is smaller than that. That is not the smallest they make.
Wanna fight?
It says tiny on it.
Wanna fight? Wanna fight me, bro?
They make smaller.
Yeah.
And they make way bigger.
These things are sweet. They're all sweet. Every single one of them.
How did they come up with the naming? So what is the one smaller than the tiny?
I think that's the smallest one.
The mega tiny. No, I have smaller than that.
Micro?
Yeah.
I think there's one way we can find out.
Yeah. See, so why did they start at mini? Like the regular size is mini, then they went tiny, then they went teeny.
Okay, no, yeah, here it is. So there's the teeny, which is the smallest, that's number 10 hooks. There's tiny, which is number 6, so a little bit bigger, and that's that one.
Yeah.
Then there's the baby, which I actually use probably the most. That has number 4. It's like 2.5 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the magnum, which now I need, and is 3.5 inches almost, and has number 2s.
How do you go from magnum to baby? They're
All
like,
I know is I want that.
let's start with magnum.
want-
Next size down. What do we call it? Baby.
Right.
Okay. How do we
I
get
actually
smaller
think
than that?
They
Tiny.
probably made the tiny torpedo first.
Yeah, so
Or
why
no,
did-
they made the baby first. No? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe there's a
Head in, change your name.
maybe there's just a regular torpedo floating
A
around there,
regular
like that's
torpedo.
not in circulation
completely
anymore.
normal.
Like
does not stand out.
normal torpedo. Take it off the market.
Normal torpedo.
I think a couple of these are coming home with me. You're coming home with me.
Every time Paul comes here, he's just like, "Can I have that?"
Also, thanks.
And that and that.
Well, there's like
I'm giving you
shopping.
a few.
There's just racks over here of stuff.
It is every time you come here, just shop around, man. What do you want? You want here? You want some big bite baits? There you go.
Yeah,
you go.
these are neat.
Here's
Okay,
Zinkers.
that one's half empty.
That one has 2 in it. All right, so top of the wall, you guys can barely see him in every episode, is my Hall of Lame, other than Danny and the Lunker Hunt.
Ooh, that's good.
It's partially Hall of Lame, but
pretty
also
good.
like, I salvaged this Danny, one of the feet was missing, so I super glued the foot. This is the only Danny I'm keeping. If anybody sends me a Danny, going straight to this guy.
Straight to me.
Like, I have enough. We got a live target sunfish. Meh. Do not like. Rather use a frog. We've got the Weston. This was on my all-time worst baits list, which is a hollow body like swim bait. It's just straight weird. No idea what to do with it. I tried a bunch of different ways. We've got RIP to the Lunker Hunt spider.
But that thing is awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good example.
The spider?
Yeah. That's like one of my, that is
no,
legit one of my favorite topwaters.
You guys know it's my favorite topwater.
So good.
The
prop turtle.
The prop turtle. This is the last bait I got from a certain company we don't talk about anymore.
That's a nah, brah.
Oh yeah, and this.
Oh, the dragonfly?
If you guys haven't got the dragonfly, check this out. Because of whatever this like terrible plasticky foam material is made of, it melted in my tackle box. Like in a regular Plano tackle box by itself. Like nobody looked at it.
We live in Michigan.
It was like those memes where everybody's like, nobody. And then Dragonfly's like, no. Then we got plastics. Plastics are not nearly as exciting. None of these.
These are all made of plastic.
They're all made of a plastic-y material, maybe plastisol, maybe something else.
Maybe Elaz.
Maybe Elaz tech. And by no means do I dislike really any of these.
No, I like all these. I actually just used one of these.
These are all just tons and tons of extras.
I use these all the time. I love these. Oh, sorry, these. I love the finesse frogs.
Yep. Like, just rip that up.
No. Yeah, I love those. I used the smart baits literally last week.
Yep.
Huge fan of the rabbits.
Tons of rabbits.
I will overfish those all day.
Here's actually the rest of my rabbits.
Yeah.
It's all in here.
Yeah, these are freaking sweet. And then, dude, you got zooms back here. I see the watermelon shark.
So, the point is, there's a ton of plastics up here. This is essentially like either I've spent them, I don't use them at this point in the season.
KVDs?
A color that I didn't necessarily want to fish that much, like baby bass. Yeah, we got big white baits in here. And then I just organized it by like Ned rig baits, paddle baits, swimming baits, worms,
creatures.
More worms, creatures and Ned rig baits, trick worms, rabbit baits, tubes. That's the wall. There you go. I told you it's not all bad.
Yeah,
like
it's like probably 75-25. Maybe like 60-40.
I didn't want to put like a complete trash can behind me for all of my videos that I make.
Here's a dumpster fire behind me.
Look at it. Look at me. This one I also found. So this one was just kind of sitting on the bank somewhere. It's a little jitterbug mouse. I think it's sweet. Tail is definitely like rotted out. Or no, this was in the tackle box that I got from the thrift store.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was another win. That was another win.
That actually is pretty legit. So I'm a big jitterbug fan because my actual age is 70. So absolute
allegedly
top fave.
Give or take
Could
10
be 73.
years. Give or take 10 years.
Yeah.
Check this out. So this is a wow factor fishing. You notice that it don't have no bill. It ain't got no teeth. So this is a wow factor square bill. Notice it doesn't have a bill anymore. We were supposed to test the durability of these, and I got to tell you, the body is impossible to break.
It's impregnable.
It's got a few dents in there, just a few.
But what were you doing with it?
I was literally flipping it as hard as I could at a concrete wall. Just like boom, boom, boom. I was like, I wonder how durable this is. You guys want to know what's not indestructible?
The bill.
Plastic bills.
The body is legit impregnable though.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. All right, guys, so that is a pretty in-depth look at the bait wall, and I hope we prove that it's not all bad baits. There's a lot that we like on here. There's some good old classics from my gramps that I hope to fish again properly someday and catch some fishies on.
If you make the wall, like, you should be pumped. That's really the bottom line. Like, if you make the wall, you should be like,
making the wall,
yeah.
To me, in my personal opinion, which doesn't matter to everybody, obviously, is making the wall it means something. There's a story, whether it's good or bad. Could be good. I mean, exploded battery, wouldn't stop chirping for months on end.
Might kill you.
Might kill you.
Little white mold.
Some sort of mold we haven't identified yet. Cool, super cool, like old
might
ones.
Get you the biggest fish of the day.
Yeah, I mean, something you thought was going to be just garbage on the water.
Might be
catch
a PB.
giant fish. See, you can't even pick it out from a lineup, but it caught a PB, so there you go. Yeah. So we got a PB from the least likely of baits. I don't know. They're not all bad, but they all have a story, and I'm proud of them. And if you guys don't have a bait wall at home, 12 out of 10 would recommend.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of fun. And super cheap. Like, again, get a wood pegboard, get a metal pegboard if you want to step it up a little bit. It's fully expandable as far as you want. I think it looks good. Some of you guys do too.
Also, but kind of embarrassing when you have like a whole pegboard and then you're like, Here's a lure. Maybe wait till you have like 5 or 6 before you start the board.
No. Get 4 panels, so it's at least.
Hello, significant other. I have a 64 by 48 wall. Here's one lure.
What would be your one lure?
My one lure?
I can tell you mine right now. If you have one lure,
Panther.
I'm just gonna be like, and done.
Totally worth it.
All right, guys, so there's a little insight into the office. If you want to see more stuff like this, let me know in the comments below. If you want to see more of these, I have a ton of these little bins full of baits up on my shelving system, shelving unit.
You got it.
If you were. if you will, then we can do more. We can do like a full tour of this super tiny office. Ready? There
Done.
All right, this video was fun for us. Hopefully it was fun for you guys. If you're looking for more tackle reviews, gear reviews, fishing videos, and stuff like this sometimes, maybe hang around, consider subscribing to the channel, smash a like on this video, ring that notification bell so you can see when we drop more content, and then come hang out with us every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern for a live podcast. Me and this guy talking fishing stuff and talking to super cool people in the fishing industry. So love to see you there and talk to you in chat. It's a ton of fun. Other than that, we'll see you guys out on the water.